on. Still people slowly trickling in, so might as well just start and, you know, get somewhere.
We could.
Oh,
Rarely get anywhere though.
what?
I said we could, but we rarely get anywhere though.
Yeah, that's true. Um,
So what's
so,
new, everybody?
yeah, welcome back. Another week's gone by. Memorial or Labor Day. Sorry, not Memorial Day. Labor Day's over. You guys kind of like killed us with orders this past week.
Which is
Pretty
good.
awesome. We
We had that
appreciate that.
giveaway.
Keeps us in business. Keeps us having jobs, um, and getting to do stuff like this on the side. Um, so this week, I really don't have a bunch of like crazy stuff. I know I told you guys I have. Last week I think I told you guys we had some Barrow stuff that's in, but I'm still slowly adding that onto our site. Been busy help pulling orders to get that caught up, and then I've been training some other um, people so they can help me start adding stuff, so that way I can focus more with our CNC side of stuff and marketing, videos, UV printing, working into some other projects and stuff like that too. But this week we got some interesting stuff. Nothing too crazy. Got something that Hank was pretty impressed with, so I decided I'd show it off for him just so he'd be happy. But to get started, for anybody,
That means if it's bad,
huh?
it's I said that means if it's bad, it's Hank's fault.
Well, of course.
Of course.
But anyways, for any of you guys that are water cool fans and have some of their blocks and need to either A, replace your LED strips or need LED strips for it, we did just get in a bunch of addressable LEDs for their blocks. On the listings, it will tell you which one is compatible with which block, because there are different sizes. So there is like this is like the extra small, which is like 50 millimeters, and then they work all the way up to currently there's a medium size, which is 150 millimeters. So I think this one is roughly like $9-ish or so, maybe a little more than that. And then I think this runs to being like $13.50. So there are these ones which are they're just considered just the regular LED strips. They kind of run straight. Where is it? So it runs like literally straight into it from the wires and just runs around to a normal addressable RGB header. And then they're also, this is it's their angled version, which kind of runs to the back. And it's basically, it just seems like it's heat shrinked behind it. The wires are, so that way it's actually focused behind it. So there are a few different little options if you either need to replace them or you want to add some addressable LEDs into your block. Got options now for you. I know we've had RGB versions, but now there are addressable versions. So just thought that was.
So are these actually on the site yet, Garrett?
Yes. Possibly might need to re-index our site. They might. I know I was having issues with.
I was gonna say I don't see them in the new products area.
Yeah, I was having issues with re-indexing our site today. It was giving me some problems. Let me try and do that while we are doing the stream. 1 second, I can tell it to do that. Bear with me. It's going to take a second to tell it to do it. Alright. So while that's doing that, we'll move on. And then also kind of in the same little addressable RGB range, we got in 2 new little RGB hubs. These are both like $9.95. We either have the regular RGB version. It comes with the cable and everything too, so you get the hub, has the little ROG logo on it, and it has 10 little ports for your RGB, and then it has the normal little one that you connect to your motherboard header, and then it does come with the cable for it. These are $9.95. So if you need a extension or some little hub, so you can run more LEDs.
Wait, you said, oh yeah, didn't you show me those a while ago? And you said
we have
we didn't get those from Asus, right?
no, these didn't come from Asus. We
That
have
is so. How does that work, dude? Why is their logo on it?
I do not know. I mean, it's possible they make it and they make a whole bunch.
Well, obviously they do, but I don't understand why Asus lets them be sold where we're buying them from.
Good question.
Because we should. What did you put it on the site as? You should put that as a ROG RGB hub.
Well, it's more or less where we get it from. It's just to keep it organized, so that way when they're ordered, Duke knows where to order them from.
Oh my lord, we can't. I mean, I would just put it, like I said, make sure it just says ROG because, oh, no supplemental power. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Although it really depends on your header, because I would assume that you're going to just use this to plug into a header on your motherboard.
Yes, yeah.
So there isn't ever going to be supplemental power because the header powers it, and it can only power so much.
Yes, James, I got my new house.
Was that 3-pin or 4-pin though?
But and then we do have the 5-volt.
Oh, so we got a different one.
Yeah,
is
we
this
have
one
a
also
12-volt
ROG
and we have 5-volt
certified?
versions, so that way you can, choose what you need. And they both do come with the cable, and this one does have a cable that is meant for 5-volt. They did cover the little.
And that one has the ROG symbol on it too?
Yes.
Oh my lord.
The ones
Those
that
are
you're thinking of, we have fan hubs. That
I know, but that doesn't change the fact that those are literally Asus products.
Well, yes, I know. I'm just saying, like, the ones that I showed you before were fan hub ones. Now
I just don't get why they wouldn't be set. Like, why? Why? I want to know why.
Do not ask me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they're all probably made in the same exact factory.
Factory. Well, yeah.
So.
And then maybe Asus didn't buy them all from them that they made.
Possibly. Lots of different reasons.
Either way, label them as ROG freaking split. Those look nice. I like them.
Yeah,
I mean, it's nothing fancy, but the fact that Asus was buying them from them at least at one point means they can't be total crap.
And on top of that, I think the only other actual 5-volt RGB hub
we don't have
the
a
Bits
lot.
Power one. I think that's like
the Bits Power one's good too.
That
one's nice because it has a control. Well, the Bits Power one has the buttons on it to control. Then it has like the preset modes. It's also a standalone controller, I guess.
Yeah, that is true.
So even at that though, I don't think we do have just a straight DRGB hub. That's just the plain 3-pin hub that everybody wants to use because, everyone's using DRGB now.
Yeah, and for $10, you can't beat it.
Yeah, $10, dude. And I don't know.
It's gonna do what you want.
We don't need to talk about them all night, but there you go, folks. Yeah. Your ROG certified RGB hubs.
Not certified.
Revealed. It's got the eyeball on it, dude. That's what counts.
That automatically makes it,
dude.
It's got a warranty and everything through.
I was going to say, when people RMA it, or Jose can just send them to Asus.
No. You can't do that.
I doubt it, because they're going to ask where the hell you got.
Moving on. We did have these a while back, and I guess either we lost the source and had to find a new one, and now we found one that I think these are slightly better, because I don't remember the other ones being LED. But anyways, we got in some M2 heat sinks. These actually have the little fans on them. I don't really know how much that really does help. I'm honestly curious between... Matt, you should get one of these and test this compared to a normal, EK heat sinks. These ones do have an OLED screen on it, so
I
that
wish
way
they just didn't have the fan, but they're cool.
Yeah, so it has a little OLED screen, so it does display temps on screen, We have them in there's a black version. There is silver.
Does that just have like a protective film over it that makes it look really blue,
Yeah, that's
like navy
there's a
blue?
film right here.
Okay, I was gonna
Just to
say,
protect
like,
the
if they were
screen.
going for black, they missed.
Nah, it's just that's the screen, and it's just a protective film over
Okay, yeah,
top
it's
of
just
it.
a film, and then it's an OLED under it, or whatever it is.
Yeah, and then there is also a red version.
I can definitely test them. The only thing that I know that anybody on the internet might give you flack about is the fact that a lot of the M.2 SSDs are actually meant to run at the temperatures without heat sinks. They run better when they're warm. I mean, there is a limit. Like, you don't want it to get too hot,
Yeah.
but there's a range where they're supposed to be running at, and some of these like really good heat sinks, I guess, aren't necessarily the best for them. I think that's more or less the water cooling ones, though, which I think is. I mean, I've water cooled RAM before, and that's kind of extreme, but water cooling in M.2,
It's
man.
kind of a pointless thing. It's
Yeah,
kind of
well,
a
and like I
style.
said, I think that's where you run into the issues with things getting too cool, actually, for it to be in its optimal temperature range for operation.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it does have a screen on it. I don't think I've seen it powered up or anything. I'm sure Garrett has pictures of it or whatever, but
in the listing
that
there
looks
are
cool.
pictures of it all lit up and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's Ryu's right. The only thing that needs cooling on it is the memory controller. When the actual memory heats up itself, that's fine. That's what it's supposed to do. But the controller isn't supposed to get too hot.
True. Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things that people are just trying to look for some extra cash
Yeah, it
somewhere.
looks really cool. I mean, the OLED whole thing, or I don't know if it's actually an OLED, so don't quote me on that, guys. But whatever it is, it looks really cool. And if it just displays the temperature of the device, right? The M.2.
Yeah, I don't think there was much more to it. I mean, it just has this simple little like fan header on it, so plug it in.
Yeah, I guess that would be my only gripe with it. But once you have the screen, you need some kind of power connector, anyways. So I suppose it is just one cable coming out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at least they did that. Not have two, like one for the fan and one for the screen. I would have cried. No, so I mean, no matter what, you're gonna have a cable with something like that. That would be my one deterrent for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so last but not least is Hank's little favorite thing that we got in. It's one of those it's a GPU like anti-sag bracket. These ones actually sit on the bottom of your case and do have two separate little supports for you. So it comes in a nice little box like this, and these ones are actually addressable, so you can plug these directly into one of these hubs or directly into your motherboard. I mean, it's not bad looking. It comes like this. It has little brackets that slide down onto it, whichever way it goes. I have not tested.
Wait, what is that for? Headphones?
This is meant for, it's meant to be an anti-sag bracket for your GPU.
Oh,
but they were also mentioning that the bottom supposedly does have some magnets on it, so that way you can put it on the side of your case or something along those lines and use it to hold your headsets on it.
I would see that being more applicable than putting that behemoth in my case.
Yeah, I agree with you on there. I thought it, I mean, it's not a bad little option, but I mean, they just literally sit in there and...
Plan B would maybe be don't use it to hang anything and just accent lighting.
Yeah, I think it's an option. They are, I think, $30, $29.95. I think that's what they're listed for on our site. But I mean, for anybody that's looking for an option and needs some kind of like anti-sag bracket, I've seen we sell a non-RGB version that's just a metal piece, and those
metal?
are roughly the same price. So if you're looking for something that just has a little more add-on to it, I guess you could say.
I mean, I could definitely find a use for that. I just highly doubt it would be inside of a PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there have been worse brackets for sure. Just, I don't know.
Yeah, it just Nice
That's a
option if
Hank
you actually
idea.
have some kind of GPU
Not
sag.
as bad.
He's
It's
not a
still
very
bad.
big fan of the ones that mount to your PCI slots, so he always likes to look for other options for anti-sag brackets and whatnot.
It doesn't even make sense because there's really no better way to do it.
Yeah, well.
He always wants to reinvent the wheel, I know.
Yeah, that is Hank for us.
Yep. So there you guys go. That's what happens when you try to reinvent the wheel. You get that.
Yeah.
So.
So, I mean, that's really all we had tonight. I do hope to have some stuff from Barrow and Barrow Witch next week. I know some of the stuff that came in, and it's pretty cool. So we'll be able to show that off next week, and get you guys some new Barrow products to start purchasing. And I do know that soon we should be able to start listing some of the 3000 series water blocks for pre-order. So keep an eye out for that.
For pre-order?
Yes.
Because I heard a lot of the add-in board companies, like Asus and Gigabyte, all that good shit that are making the other cards aren't going to do pre-orders for this. Like for the card themselves.
True.
So
well,
it's
I
cool
know
as
that
these blocks. Yeah, if you can pre-order the block, that's dope. That helps too.
Yeah, I do know that we have ordered blocks from EK, Alpha Cool, and I'm pretty sure we just did Bits Power. So we have our orders in for the blocks. Just when we'll get them and when we'll start being able to pre-order them is the next question, really.
Yeah, no, whenever we can pre-order them, technically we'll have them up for them, for everybody.
So, I mean, that's really all I had this week for you guys. Matt, you got anything? Maybe show off your Spectre build since you're almost kind of done.
I was gonna say I could, well, I'm not almost done, but it's getting closer. Garrett's been helping with that, and I may or may not have a, ooh. Wait, is my mic coming through this? No. Is it? No. Okay, I hope not. I was going to say I have a different mic. But, oh, I wish I could see my actual live camera, not the one on YouTube. So there we go. There's the UV printed Bulma. If you guys didn't, you can check out the pictures on the group or on BuildGG for actual good pictures without glaring reflections and bright lights. Closer. Get closer. So Garrett UV printed this on my front panel of my Spectre. So there's still, yeah. I mean, the front panel has to be on, obviously, but the glare is atrocious. So if you guys need that done on any of your cases, whether it be an acrylic side panel like that or a tempered glass one even, you can print whatever you want on it. We also have like the backplate option on the website to actually order a customized backplate. However, if you want something like a side panel or whatever other panel you might have, just email Garrett and he'll get you set up.
Yeah, that the side panels aren't currently listed as an option on our site, but anybody that's looking to have it done, just email me and see what we can do. And
I mean, Garrett, how much would have you charged me if I was a regular person for that, for the front panel?
You specifically, $1,000. I honestly, I'm not really sure on our side panel options. That kind of varies on.
Well, for roughly that size of a thing with that much color.
Probably around. I want to say $30. I honestly have to talk to
I
Nate,
was just saying.
I'd
It can't be
say,
crazy, especially considering the fact that most of these, the end users are going to be shipping the item back and forth, paying for shipping back and forth.
Yeah.
So you do have to consider that part.
Yeah.
But overall, like the actual paint and stuff isn't that expensive. So the materials aren't expensive. The time it takes obviously is. So your best bet is to come up with exactly what you want Garrett to print on there and then send him over and be like, fit that on there. And then he doesn't have to do much.
Yeah, exactly. And and I know that one of the ideas I've talked to Hank about is that in the future, once we do have more of an ironed out idea of how we will do UV printing on back or side panels and panels in general. If for some reason you buy a case from us and want UV printing on it, it will be cheaper since you bought the case from us, and we'll just UV print it here and then ship it out. I know that is something we have discussed, and I believe that is also an idea we've thought about with CNCing certain things. So if we had, like, for instance, like the R6 distro that we do, if you bought a case from us, we can give you a discount on the distro since you bought the case from us.
Yep.
That is an idea also.
Okay. So yeah, definitely just stay in contact with us for more custom work stuff. Like I said, I'll be working more on this build soon. I gotta make my fan cables like custom lengths. So you guys, I'm gonna be trying to make a tutorial or how to on that because everybody loves messing with their fan cables and cable management. It's definitely my favorite thing too. So you'll see that next, and then we'll get some more done on it, hopefully before the end of the year. Hey, Laura.
Right for the end of it, she shows up. So, with that really being the end of it for this segment, we will see you guys all next week with some new barrel products and maybe some other updates on projects that we've been working on. I know that's kind of our plan for tomorrow, is working on one of them.
That's for sure. And we do have some more videos in the works too, so hopefully not just the next thing you see is the stream.
Yeah.
You get some more video content, which we have not done in quite a while, I don't think.
Yeah.
It's okay, Laura. Thanks for coming by.
So, with that being said, you guys have a nice night.
We appreciate everyone.
See you next week.
Star Killer and James were all in here, so thanks everyone. And Ryu, of course.